could not live with your own failure.
The Negro still is not free.
We were not brought here to be made citizens.
Doctors injecting our infants with the poison. Religion misunderstood as poison. Radio and TV poison. White Jesus poison.
Unconscionable. With Chuck Valentine
With Chuck
and
Valentine
With Chuck
and J.O.
Valentine and J.O.
This is America.
Lunar Life Productions.
You saying we're going backwards?
Yeah. I feel like we're going backwards. I feel like, man, there's a concerted effort to subjugate us.
Specifically?
Yeah, I used to feel like Black people were a commodity. This is going further. We were conveniently being used to get where people want. This is different. This is subjugation. This is going to be like every benefit to being white is going to be given to them. I was looking at Facebook Reels today, and I saved it. I've been saving a lot of this stuff. There was a guy, man. It just reminded me of, during this Charlie Kirk memorial, this guy reminded me of those SS in Germany. And he was giving that kind of speech, man. I looked at it. It kind of scared me in a way. It really did.
What was the speech about?
He was talking about how basically white people, let's see if I can find that. How white people basically just own the world. This is it right here. I found it. I say, just listen to a little bit of this. Let me see if I can get it on. Okay, there we go.
Storm whispers to the warrior.
Let me take my, I don't know if you can hear it.
And our comprehend our strength, our determination, our resolve. Hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello, the cities. They produced the art and architecture. They built the industry. Erica stands on the shoulders of thousands of years of warriors, of women who raised up families, raised up city, raised up industry, raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us, because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred, you are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk. And now millions will carry on his legacy. And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion. You cannot defeat us. You cannot slow us. You cannot stop us. You cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us. You have no idea. The dragon you have awakened. You have no... When I see Erica and her strength and her courage, I'm reminded of... I think.
So, did you hear that?
Yes.
What did you think?
I think that they're overly gratifying his ideologies and trying to ingrain it into pretty much people's minds that how he thought was right, how he lived his life was right, the things that he said was right. They're trying to put him on his pedestal as if to say that he was right. Everything that he said was right. And it's dangerous because at times he came off as a straight white supremacist, a racist who talked down upon people of minority. And then sometimes, well, I will admit, sometimes I've seen some videos where he is talking as if he's human and he puts everybody on an equal playing field. So he flip flops a lot. But I think more so he's concerned about white people becoming a minority as opposed to maintaining their power like they had for so long. And that's why Trump loves him, because his philosophies are aligned with his philosophies. I just can't believe how far they went with his funeral. Would you say he was a politician?
No, no, no.
No, but
He was a private citizen, and that enabled him to speak freely. Some might suggest he spoke bravely, saying all the things that white people really wanted to say. But most white people had the restraints, and they were unafraid to do so. I think as far as the history of the United States, his death has become a dynamic point, whereas white people are now almost encouraged to speak outwardly how they really feel. I think the whole thing is complex. I think that while on one hand they have this voice that empowered white people to feel good about themselves, to say what they want to say, to reclaim the authoritarian level that each individual white person had. See, right now, what they're basically reacting to is the fact that they wake up in the morning and nobody gives a damn what they really feel anymore. Right. So making America great is one of those complex phrases that can encompass a whole bunch. And I've been doing some thinking on this phrase. It to me would be erroneous to just try to simply say this is what MAGA means. I think MAGA is very complex. I think MAGA is almost like a formula, and the formula changes depending on who they're talking to, right? I think we recently find that people who are Black, who profess to principles of MAGA, are really not wanted. I just saw something today where one of these white supremacists was really telling another Black MAGA follower that you're not really welcome. You're just a token. He called him a token. He said, because you are Black, you've been afforded certain monetary rewards that I, as a regular white dude, I can't get, right? Because as a regular white dude, if I said some of the stuff that you're saying, I would be ostracized, and canceled. But they're using this particular Black dude to say the things that even they can't say, but they do it not fully welcoming this individual into their fold. And that's crazy. That
it
is
is.
crazy.
It is.
You got Black people just buying in.
Yep.
Everything that white people say, everything that MAGA is suggesting, they are co-signing. And I think that this particular dude, that we were just listening to. His name is Stephen Miller, and he drew comparisons to a dude in Hitler's inner circle. His name was Joseph Goebbels, something like that. And this guy is getting comparisons to him. Now, here's what's so funny. This guy, millions of people globally watched this orator, watched him as an orator.
Mm-hmm.
And this was paid for, millions of dollars. U.S. government tax money paid for this.
For this presentation?
Yeah, yeah.
And who was the audience?
I don't know what the demographic breakdown is,
Oh, okay.
but
Wow.
so this bothers, so when I'm troubled. I'm troubled because obviously they're mobilized. They're mobilized. They're on the ground. They're running. Boots are on the ground. They're executing that 2025 doctrine line by line. This Charlie Kirk he's a focal point. Now, the irony is the death of Charlie Kirk could very well be sacrificed by them. To do what? Spark their followers into believing that they have been wronged, that we must respond in kind, right? And they have just effectively communicated this to millions of followers globally who are already on the ground. And what's so troubling is Black people, we are not ready to match their intensity. And I'm not saying that's what we should be doing, matching their intensity. We should be more cooperative and loving amongst each other. That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to hurt nobody.
Right.
That's all I'm
But
going to do.
respect.
Right.
Respect.
Since we have to live in these zip codes, we have to live in them. We don't have a
Mhm.
choice.
That's right.
Since we have to live in these zip codes, we should be getting along better. I should not have to be afraid of a young brother walking down the street, and I should have to feel like I had to be on the defense because I don't know what this brother's going to do. He's going to look at me and you with fathers, husbands, uncles, and
Dedicate.
they will take us out, deem us lifeless, and step over our bodies like it never happened. We'll
Mhm.
be a mention on the news, and that's going to last seconds. And nobody's going to remember us.
And he'll be in jail.
Right. Yeah. So,
It's like
two,
knocking two birds with one stone.
yeah. So I'm troubled by all of this. You know what I gotta say? It's a lot. I'm almost at a point where can't even verbalize it. My frustration.
You wanna leave the country, right?
I'm not no, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to leave the country. I especially don't want to leave without my kids. But I feel compelled, like they're here, I'm here. Because I just told my oldest daughter, I said, to my dying breath, whatever abilities I have left, to whatever degree, I'm going to try to protect them. And that's what's left. That's all I have. I can't do that from another. I can't do that
In another
from
country.
another thing and entrust their protection to somebody else. I can't do. So I'm here. I'm here.
So can you present some resolutions for the situation that we are all in now? Because you just basically described every Black man's situation right now here in America.
An easy resolution escapes me. We got Black people of varying degrees of success, of varying degrees of survivability, varying degrees of just existing, right? And I look and I see a bunch of people who are a bunch of individuals. We'd be lucky if that person cares about, not only them, if we'd be lucky if they can just care about their family, right? But then that's where it's limited. You know, as long as my family's doing good, as long as my family has the ability to get the bag, as long as I can see the upward trajectory of my kids, I'm good. I'm good.
Everyone for self.
I'm looking at your kids though, or your family, and I might see another person's family struggling, and I'm gonna be silent.
Even though you can help.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not helping means that I'm sacrificing something to help somebody that I don't have a dog in their fight.
Mhm.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's
But
what they're thinking.
we still need a resolution though. We still need, even if it's just a small step, we just need something that we can start doing to make people aware of what's going on. Because the truth is, a lot of us are not into politics like that. So
Right.
we feel like we don't have a say, so we don't vote, and no one gets involved in politics. And it's not really taught to us until we get into like high school, really. So we need a resolution. We know what the problem is, and the one of the resolutions is unification. But how are we gonna unify us? Because it's definitely not gonna be hip hop music.
Lunar Life Productions. Oh, shh. Somebody's at the door.